Have you ever found yourself lost in a whirlwind of thoughts? One moment you're focused, and the next, you're drowning in worries, doubts, and distractions. What if I told you that mastering your mind is the key to mastering your life? This is a powerful journey of one man who learned the ancient art of controlling his thoughts. And in doing so, he transformed his destiny. Sit back. Breathe deep. Because this might just be the story that changes everything for you. Once upon a time, in a small peaceful village nestled between lush green hills, lived a young man named Karav. Karav was a thinker. Not just any thinker, he thought a lot. He thought about the future, the past, what people thought of him, what might go wrong, what he should have done differently. His mind was never silent. Despite having a good family, food to eat, and opportunities around him, Karav was constantly restless. He would lie awake at night, eyes wide open, questioning everything. Why can't I be like others? Why do I feel so anxious all the time? Why can't I shut my mind off? No matter what he did, music, friends, even reading, his thoughts were always louder. He didn't realize it yet, but Karav was at war. Not with the world, but with his own mind. One day, while sitting alone under the village banyan tree, Karav reached his breaking point. He held his head in his hands and whispered, "I can't take it anymore. My mind won't let me live in peace." Just then, an old monk named Vidyananda passed by. He was known in the region as a wise and peaceful man. With a long white beard and calm eyes that seemed to see into your soul, Vidyananda had spent years in the Himalayas studying the secrets of the mind. He saw Karav and sat beside him silently. No words. Just presence. After a few minutes, the monk asked gently, "What troubles you, child?" Karav poured his heart out. He spoke for minutes without pause about the anxiety, the overthinking, the inability to concentrate, the fear of failure, the regrets, and how he felt like he was losing control. Vidyananda listened silently. Then he said just 3 words. "Train your mind." Karav blinked. "Train my mind? What do you mean?" The monk smiled. "You think the mind is your master. But that's where you are wrong. The mind is a servant. And like any servant, it will run wild unless you train it." Karav looked puzzled. The monk leaned in closer and whispered, "Meet me tomorrow at sunrise, at the edge of the forest. If you truly want to change your life, be there." And just like that, the monk walked away. Karav didn't sleep that night. Not because of anxiety, but because of hope. Could there really be a way to control his thoughts? At sunrise, he reached the edge of the forest. Vidyananda was waiting. The monk handed him a pot of water and said, "Carry this pot to the top of that hill. But be careful. If even a single drop spills, start over." Karav was confused. But he did as told. He climbed carefully, focusing on the pot, trying not to spill. Hours passed. He reached the top, exhausted but victorious. When he returned, the monk asked, "So, what were you thinking during the climb?" Karav blinked. "Nothing. I was only thinking about the pot." The monk smiled. "Exactly. You see, when your mind has only one task, one focus, it becomes still. This is the beginning of control." Karav was amazed. For the first time in years, his mind had been silent. In the days that followed, Vidyananda began training Karav in ancient mental techniques. The mind, the monk said, is like a monkey jumping from one thought to another. But if you give it purpose, it will sit still. Karav learned about mindfulness, observing his thoughts without judgment. Breathing, using the breath to calm the nervous system. Single tasking, focusing only on the present moment. Each day, they practiced. At first, it was hard. His thoughts still wandered. But slowly, something changed. Karav began to notice the spaces between his thoughts. He learned a powerful truth. You are not your thoughts. You are the awareness behind them. One afternoon, Vidyananda gave Karav a task. Sit in the cave and watch your thoughts for 1 hour. Do not move. Just observe. Kairav entered the cave. At first, his mind was a storm. Why am I doing this? This is pointless. What if I fail? What if I can't sit still? But he remembered the monk's words. So he watched. Like clouds passing in the sky, the thoughts came and went. He didn't fight them. He didn't judge them. And then, something incredible happened. There was silence. Not outside, but inside. A stillness so deep, he felt he could hear his own heartbeat. He opened his eyes in awe. That was the moment he tasted true control. One evening, Vidyananda sat Kairav down and shared the 3 rules of mastering the mind. Rule 1: where attention goes, energy flows. Your focus shapes your reality. If you constantly focus on worries, you feed them. Focus on growth instead. Rule 2: you don't have to believe every thought. Just because your mind says something doesn't make it true. Question your thoughts. Are they helpful? Are they even yours? Rule 3: the mind can be trained, just like the body. Just as muscles grow with repetition, mental strength grows with practice. Kairav listened carefully. These were not just lessons, they were weapons against the chaos of the mind. As Kairav continued to grow, the village noticed a change. He was calmer. More present. He smiled more. But life wasn't done testing him. One day, bad news arrived. His father's crops had failed. The family was in debt. Fear crept in. His old thoughts returned: panic, anxiety, guilt. But this time, Kairav didn't panic. He sat down, closed his eyes, and breathed. He watched the thoughts come. He let them pass. He asked himself, what can I do now? Instead of drowning in fear, he took action with clarity. He helped his father find new buyers. He offered free tutoring to earn some money. The crisis passed. Not because it was easy, but because his mind was clear. Months passed. Kairav's life changed completely. He woke up early. Meditated. Worked with focus. Spoke with intention. He no longer reacted impulsively. He responded consciously. He had become a master of his mind. One day, while sitting under the same banyan tree, Kairav saw a young boy crying. He walked over and asked, "What's wrong?" The boy said, "My mind is full of worries. I can't stop thinking." Kairav smiled. He recognized his younger self in that boy. And just like the monk once did for him, he said gently, "Train your mind." Dear viewer, this story of Kairav is not just a tale. It's a mirror. You are not your thoughts. You are the master of your mind. But no one is born with this mastery. It takes practice, patience, and presence. Here's how you can begin. 1. Start small, just 5 minutes of daily stillness. 2. Observe your thoughts, don't judge, just watch. 3. Breathe deeply, it grounds you in the present. 4. Challenge negative thoughts, are they true? 5. Focus on one thing at a time, quality beats quantity. Remember, the mind is a tool, not a master. When you learn to control it, you control your life. So the next time your mind feels loud, remember Kairav. Remember the pot of water. The cave. The storm of thoughts. And most importantly, remember the silence that followed. Because in that silence lies your true power. Control your mind and you control your world. If this story moved you, share it with someone who needs it. Leave a comment. What thought do you need to let go of today? And never forget, you are stronger than your thoughts. Until next time, stay mindful and stay powerful.